All right, guys. All right, well, we made it. We made it, guys. We made it. Sometimes it is a victory when we make it, right? So if you are still here with me, I am more than grateful for you joining me in this broadcast, this live stream. As you can see by the title that I have created for this little, mini little, it's gonna be like a little mini introduction to Scorpio season and the November. We've gone through a lot. If for those who are familiar with a little bit of the astrology, we just had, Halloween here in the USA, but more importantly, we had a full moon, Hunter's blood full moon in Taurus. So guys, if you're here with me, let me know. And let me make sure I'm in here too as well. Hold on. Okay. Make sure that y'all can hear me and see me. Maddie, I probably lost y'all. But either way, we're gonna do this. Maddie. Okay. All right. So either way, guys, for those who watch the replay, I still want to carry forward with this the video and the content. I think there's a lot of some good insight I'm going to bring in here, at least to kind of get us in this new month. It's a new season. This video in particular, this broadcast will not be a long one. We're going to hang out here for a little bit of time, but I'm always grateful and honored when I'm able to be up here on live camera and have my fellow peers and colleagues, friends, family come be with me when they can. So I'm always I'm grateful for that participation. I really am. So, woohoo, Mac Daddy. All right, thank you guys. I know it's depending where you're at in the world, right, guys? Let me go back here and check. Okay, yes, we're in. All right. Oh, that looks different from there. Okay. Okay. All right. So I know we saw Maddie here earlier. Maddie, you're still here. And I know we saw Sandra. Sandra's still here. Hey, Sandra. I love my fellow Scorpios, Maddie and Sandra, myself included. I see Mac, Danny, Mac here. And I think that's the basis of who we had before I got going. So I'm grateful for you guys supporting me. All right. So let me go ahead and get started with what we're gonna cover in the onset. Yes, guys, I have my notes. It wouldn't be a live stream without my notes. So whether you are familiar or not with the astrology, every one of us are, tied to the sun sign. So even if you're not someone who's well versed in what that is, we somehow know along the way of this life that you're either like a Capricorn, like Mac Danny, or like Sandra, myself, and Maddie, Scorpios. All right. Now, of course, there's more to who you are than just one position of the planet, right? But nonetheless, I want to keep it very basic, like I love here. In the month of November, it is a brand new month. I mean, officially, right? And then Monday starts the first, official, business week, because here in America, we start business weeks on Mondays. So I really want to kick off this new month, this new week, this whole, process here with the newness of where we've been and where we're going. And there's a lot that is in store for us as a collective. So regardless of what your sun sign is or not, you're going to still reap the benefits of Scorpio season. So that to me is awesome, because I like when it's a win-win for everyone. I like when everyone wins, you know? And when we have these moments throughout the year or a timeline where we can finally begin to see and feel and experience positive movement forward, like full progress, full progression, that to me is not just insightful and exciting, but it brings like that level, that emotional feeling of relief, right? That like, I can breathe, we've endured quite a bit this year. Yeah. And knowing that we enter into this new season, being Scorpio season, also being a new month. But in addition to that, we had so many transits in the planetary system here. The energetics have now shifted. So let me just tell you, if you sitting in your home, your chair, across the camera from me, if you have not already felt parts of your life, the veil has been uplifted. There's truths, internal truths, which have been revealed to your own self consciously or unconsciously, where you can no longer deny your own truth, who you are, where you're going, right? So if you find yourself perplexed or baffled or like trying to make sense of, wow, something is a little bit different, I'm not sure, maybe you can't pinpoint it yet. Maybe you can't quite pinpoint what it is just quite yet, but I can guarantee if you have not felt it already, you will, all right? But I say that with ease because where we've been has been tough. It's been tough, guys. It has been very tough. It really has. And if you are someone who's not experienced a lot of challenges or setbacks or painful experiences this entire year, well, then consider yourself very, very rare and lucky, all right? But for the majority of us, we've experienced a lot of everything, and throughout this entire year thus far, it felt like, when is it going to get better? Like there was not really some level of this. There was never like a moment in foresight where, at least for my own self, well, maybe in this month or that month, like throughout this entire year, I remember like every week, every month, and even as intuitive as I am, thinking like, when is the shift going to take place? I kept waiting and trying to like tap in. And it just seemed like, I don't know, like I don't have the answer. And that's okay, because sometimes we're not supposed to have those answers. But, and I still don't have those full answers yet, all right? So I'm not trying to say I have all those answers. No, I don't. But what I can say is that there has been a complete pivoting, a shifting of the energetics, 100%. So if you've already experienced it, or you're finding yourself like trying to figure some new things out, that's exactly what's happening. If you haven't already felt something kind of weird, you will soon. If you have already, then you're right on point, right? So that's how I want to begin this little segmentation for this live stream. So I hope everyone's doing well. Cheers, Maddie. Woo-hoo. I want to celebrate anybody who has a birthday in Scorpio season. Speak up, come forward, let us know, or forever hold your peace. I know Sandra, Maddie, and myself, we are fellow Scorpios. Maddie says, still in the answer. Me too. But you feel it, right though, Maddie? You know that you feel like it's almost there, right? I know. See, Scorpios are really, really in tune, okay? Even if you're somebody who does not feel you're as tapped in as you possibly could be, if you are a Scorpio, you do have an ability to like just naturally just have some level of like just insight without even trying. Now, if you're really in tune like me, well, it's like in your face, you feel it, you're like, all right, let's discern it, let's get clarity on it, let's figure this out, all right? So if that made sense with any of y'all, let me know. I want to make sure I'm in here. Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm in here. All right, perfect. So this live stream is the precipice, like the initial onset of a new month, right? A new month, a new season, And I use seasons not like, fall or, autumn, summer. I'm referring to, a season as far as like the sun transits, right? Our solar system, for those who are, in science here. So the sun is now in Scorpio. And so I want to just say, so regardless if you are a fellow Scorpio or not, regardless, you're going to feel a lot of transitioning, You're going to feel a lot of, it's a process. It's a journey, right? So it may initially feel like a disruption at one point, but it's not to scare you, and it's not to, ruffle your feathers, and it's not to disrupt your whole foundation. It's not. But what it is going to do is shake it up a little bit. See, when Scorpio comes in, they shake it up. They shake it all up, right? But the purpose and the benefit is that when you shake up things that have been like maybe stuck or stagnant, it brings in like your higher consciousness to get in and tap into like your own true self, your higher self, that maybe has either always been hidden from you or now wants to come and reveal bits and pieces to yourself. And only you know where you're at on that, process for yourself. So with that being said, prepare yourself not to be afraid of the unknown or the dark, but to embrace that sometimes we all need very much needed shifting, pivoting, transitioning, okay? So embrace it. If we resist it and we fear it, then we make it harder on ourselves, and that is more of a painful process. But if we can, at this moment in time, guys, accept that maybe the way we see things need a little bit of updating. Maybe the way our perception has been on areas of our life could use some revamping. Maybe situations we've been inside of need us to revisit it with a new sense of clarity, with a higher perspective, right? So the transition is transformative, but it's very beautiful. And your heart and your soul will know your own truth. So even if you're afraid of the dark or in the unknown, if you find yourself in that, like, I can't find the walls, like when you walk from like your bathroom to your bedroom or your house, it's dark, you're like, my eyes are closed, I'm walking. All right, so when you're in that position, all you can do is feel your way through it, right? And something in you guides you to the place, the bathroom or the kitchen or like the bedroom. So imagine that analogy with life. Right now, you might be walking in the unknown, but feel your way through it. Use your intuition and your senses and trust yourself. You're going to get there and you're going to be all right. And the more you learn to sharpen and strengthen that kind of a muscle, the intuition, the trusting your internal self, the more you build your internal confidence on who you really are. When you can trust yourself, when you have to face other parts of this life, this world, it's not as scary. Of course, we still have ourselves in different kinds of like levels of low level fear. Of course, it never escapes us completely. But when you see, like, you know what, I kind of know what that looks like, or I've not gone through that, but I'm going to face it head on. I'm not going to resist it. I'm not going to try to challenge it. I'm not going to rebel against it. I'm going to just embrace this newness. I'm going to walk front and center. I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to make the steps, right? I don't need to know how it will look like. I may not have it all planned out. I may not have the full, strategy in place like I would like to have things, but I'm ready for a shift, right? If you feel that, you trust yourself and you take those steps, you take the leap, you jump, right? This is the time to jump for the entire collective of humanity. This is the time where you jump. If you don't jump now, you're going to lose the ship that's right there for you, okay? And that's okay. Let's just say you're not brave enough or you're not courageous enough to make the jump. All right, well then maybe, several years more, another decade goes by and you kind of miss that, you miss the bus, you miss the ship, right? You miss your golden nugget. You miss those chances. You miss everything that has been set for you to just be right there, front and center. But if you don't take the action step, right, you yourself, to make the jump, take the risk, to take the leap, then you will miss out. You will. That's for everybody, the collective. That's what Scorpio season is bringing, okay? So we do this, all right? So are y'all with me? Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, definitely. Yes, Maddie, Sandra, thank you to my fellow Scorpios who, if you're a Scorpio or if you have a Scorpio placement in a certain position, so for example, if you have a Scorpio sun or moon, more importantly, the sun or the moon. The rising is important too, so I'm not going to dismiss that, but if you have a Scorpio sun, which means your sun sign is Scorpio, or a Scorpio moon, or if you happen to have other placements, Scorpio, then you yourself have most certainly experienced what I would call the trials and the tribulations of life, right? And I say that as truth. I say it with a badge of honor, but let me make sure that I give the context around that phrase of like, I say that with a badge of honor, not like I'm holding all the pain points that come with me, not that kind of badge, a badge of understanding that every hardship I face have made me stronger, bigger, better, right? The armor, not to keep me in a shell, right? Because we look at armor in different ways. So it's very important to distinguish the two differences here. See, a low vibration is gonna keep you in a shell, protect you, and you never come out and you like hold anger, resentment, and grudges, and you're upset, you're bitter, you're angry. That is not the process. That is not the journey, okay? What I'm referring to when I say hold, being a Scorpio with all the trials and tribulations it's a badge of honor because we have survived the almost what I would call unsurvivable experiences of life, okay? And not to be so dramatic, but that is just in fact the reality, okay? And only fellow Scorpios or heavy placements in your chart will understand the life that you've had to endure. And I say that kindly. It's a kind phrase. I use that phrase kindly. But there has been a lot of things, right? Either a lack of support, situations that were not in your favor, that were at really critical moments of your life. It could be all kinds of things that have happened. And so I say this not to hold yourself in the pity party of like the sorrows. I'm saying this when you hold yourself as a badge of honor, it's you've overcome the most biggest adversities of life that most people wouldn't even dare to experience in one lifetime. You probably have like a lifetime of them in this current life just so far, okay? So we look at it like as a badge of honor, as in we are every day growing, evolving, becoming stronger, right? We are always defining who we are today, right? Who we are becoming. It's always an evolving process. If you think you're this one way and you've thought of this your whole life and you've never looked at how you see yourself, then you've already trapped yourself in a box, a cage. And until you have that moment where you look back in that old box and you figure out, well, maybe all those ways I thought of how I saw myself, maybe those don't really serve me anymore. And it doesn't mean it was wrong. All right, hear me out. It doesn't mean it was wrong. It just means that now you've grown. Do you guys know that sometimes you outgrow friendships? Sometimes you outgrow work experiences. Sometimes you outgrow groups. Sometimes you outgrow family. Sometimes you outgrow relationships. I say that very carefully, but it's very important to really consider if you're in situations that you don't even feel fulfilled or happy, you have a lot of things to consider. If they're very, and again, they will vary in nature with what you have, of course, but consider that this is your life. You get one life and you're here, you're alive and you're breathing. And this is the opportune moment to take the leap, take the risk, jump forward into your better self, your future self, because you already know what the past looks like. Every one of us have been already in existence here, right? We know what that looks like. It doesn't feel good sometimes, but sometimes we cling on to it because, well, I don't know, maybe they'll change. No. Reality is in our face. And at this point, now that we're in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is known for life, death, rebirth. Scorpio is known as the Tower. Scorpio is known as the transformer, right? Scorpio is known to destroy and remove the blockages. It will uplift the veil. Whatever you've had on the rug, it's gonna bring that rug up and like, what's underneath? Let's go through it one by one, guys. Right? Are y'all with me? I hope you're following me. Is this making any sense? Thank you, Maddie. It's making sense. Woohoo! Okay. Adding more to the Sprite. Yes, we are warriors, honestly, guys. And I know I'm not using the word like, what I'm saying is not coming from a level of egotistical thoughts. No, it's not. It is not coming from some like, I'm better, you're not. No, no, no. What I'm saying is complete truth. That is a guarantee. There is nothing here beyond just truth. I know a lot of people don't understand, but without harping on it too far, Scorpio's had a tough life. This life has never been easy, okay? And we don't really even know how hard we really had it because we've gone through so many hardships that we become like, not like numb to the hardships, because that doesn't sound nice either, but we almost become like so accustomed, sorry, I forgot. We almost become so like expectant of it that we almost think that that's how it is for everyone, but really it isn't. It isn't. I'm being kind about that. It is not the same for everybody else. And most other people have their own struggles, so I'm not minimizing other people's scenarios here. No, I'm not. I'm respectful and mindful that we've had lots of things that have happened in our lives, guys, right? But if you are grateful and fortunate to know a fellow Scorpio, a high-vibing Scorpio, hold them close to your heart. They're going to bring you the depth, the insight. They're going to have your back. They're the most loyal people you'll ever come across. Again, I'm referring to high vibrational Scorpios, okay? I know the three of us here, yes, we are very high vibing Scorpios, but I'm just referring to it, you know, because we have other Scorpios who watch, and I don't know everyone on the other side of that camera, right? But if you are a high vibing Scorpio, or you know of a Scorpio and they're a high vibrational Scorpio, you can bet your bottom dollar they will stick to you and support you through the ungodliest of moments. When everyone else turns your back, you can guarantee they're right there. They will. They'll be there. Yes, they will. Especially if you formed a deep relationship with them. Now, if you have a shallow, surface level relationship with them, then you cannot expect that from them. Scorpios are not shallow or surface at all. Scorpios have a very tight niche, a tight circle, because you know they'll have acquaintances, like they're gonna, like, you know, they'll be there because that's how we are, right? But if you're in the inner circle, you know, consider yourself very special, because we don't just open to anybody. No, we don't. No, we don't. All right. No, we surely don't. And so be proud if you do have a close friendship connection, whether it's a romantic partner or something, other family, brother, sibling, parents, colleague or peer, and you're really close to them. That's beautiful. If they're a high vibing Scorpio, consider yourself very, very lucky, because they will be loyal to the end of time. And not only that, they will bring you practical and grounded advice that makes sense. Okay. Yes, that's 100%. So I'm honored to know my fellow Scorpios here. Very much so. Very much so. And we don't put up with nonsense. I said that funny, but I really mean it, because Scorpios will not put up with nonsense. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now. We may not vocalize it up front, because we kind of take a very backfoot approach. we observe, we wait, and if it's necessary, and if and only if it's necessary, then we decide and choose to speak up if we think we need to address it. Otherwise, we just like dismiss you and move over, like next, you know, like we don't seek out confrontation, not the high vibing Scorpios. Lower ones may seek debate, but like if you're a high vibing and you have like knowledge and wisdom, you already know the debate isn't even worth it. Like, well, you know, you can almost like already like envision how it will complete, you know, how it will happen, and it doesn't even interest you. You're like, okay, well, it's not really worth it to even have the conversation or the debate, whatever it might be, right? I'm giving out various and random scenarios, right? Because we're all different. We have different, you know, experiences. But generally speaking, we're not going to come and tell you, hey, I'm mad at you, or hey, I don't like that. Unless there are moments we will. Oh, absolutely, right. But I'm saying with acquaintances, okay, we know, we just, you know, our brain is like a catalog. It's like a catalog. We're like, okay, well, noted, right? And you like keep moving on. Not everything in life, guys, needs to be addressed. Okay, that's a general rule of thumb. Okay, but for sure, with a Scorpio, we're gonna pick and choose our battles, and not everything is worth like the whole full discussion, because you know what, it ain't worth it. Now, if you're my family. Right now, we have family. That's different. Like, we can tell our family, hey, stop that. Right? So that, again, it's all within context, right? Because every scenario is different. Like, if I'm talking to my family, my brothers, my mom, or like my really good friends, I'm going to say it. Oh, yes, they will. They know that sometimes I can have a very sharp tongue because I could be a little brutal with my words. I'm very direct and blunt and straight to the point because I'm no nonsense, right? But again, I gave you some context around different scenarios and social experiences where and how it may play out, okay? All right. Does that make sense to any fellow Scorpios here who are checking in with us here in this chat? I want to know if it makes sense. So if you have any Scorpio placement, depending on where that placement is, it may or may not resonate with you. But for sure, Sun and Moon are, I would say, hard placements. That's for sure. The rising sign, I really don't give too much weight to, in my personal opinion. But if your sun sign or your moon sign is in Scorpio, then this is going to resonate because it just does. It just does. So, right? Thank you, Maddie. I knew I wasn't the only one that can be brutal with my mouth. I'm telling you, sometimes they say I scare people. I'm like, I don't scare anybody. Like, I'm like the most loving fucking person. I'm loving and I'm like adoring, you know. And sometimes, well, yes, like if I have a close enough relationship, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. I'm not going to hold back nothing, right? So again, it depends on who we are engaging in conversation with. The context and the setting does make a difference. Absolutely. All right. So I'm glad that the fellow Scorps understand, right? Thank you. Sandra does, and so does Maddie. Awesome. But it's real, right? And also, other signs can relate to that too. Like, I think Virgos, like Scout and Chrissy, we were talking last time on my last broadcast. You know, like she resonated with me. You know, we have the same kind of like language, or not language, style of communication. I like it like that. So anyways. You guys know the deal. I'm laughing because of, yeah. I've been told many times from my family, like, well, you're a little too harsh. I mean, my goodness. I mean, so I kind of know who I can be like very vocal with and who I can't, you know, just being honest. And even with those people, I also know there's timing, like based on the subject matter being discussed, I know when it can be my real true self completely without like any filter. But then I also know there's other moments, the same people, maybe I can't really be like that forthcoming, right? Because it could be, you know, it could, you know, y'all know what I mean. So yes. Yes. Definitely. All right. So some things I wanted to chat about. So let's just get into this, real quick, okay? So we just completed October 31st, which we had the Taurus full moon, sorry, let me repeat this. We had on October 31st, we just recently had we had the full moon, but not just any full moon. It was a full moon, a hunter's blood full moon in the sign of Taurus, okay? And so with full moons, for those who don't know, it always means completion, okay? Full moons bring everything to light and completion, right? Now, of course, everyone has free will, so maybe you don't actually complete your cycles, right? Sometimes, if we're less developed or less evolved, and we go against what we know we're supposed to leave behind, right? Then we struggle in this life. Don't complain if you're struggling when you can't see the truth in your face, right? But there are moments in time where the full moons bring completion, right? But this moon that we just experienced in particular brought everything to the surface. The clarity that came through was so eye-opening and so transitional that once you see, you can't unsee, because the veil has been so thin, because you were talking about Taurus and then you're into Scorpio in the season of Scorpio. And if you know Scorpio, right, we're in November, Scorpio sees through it all. You can't hide from Scorpio. You could try, and you might get, give us a good run for our money, theoretically, but no, we see through everything. It's just who we are. We can try not to, but we still see through everything. And so for those who are not a Scorpio or who don't have it heavy in their chart, your life, has been in some type of experience, right? And we all have, with COVID and the pandemic and the economic, disruption, the economy, no one's working, people, jobs, this or that. We had the civil unrest, we had the protest. We've had so many things this entire year. It was almost is it an anomaly? Seriously? How does that happen? So with that being said, guys, all of that and anything you've been going through has been an accumulation, right? You know what that feels like when you have this, when you feel a culmination, you can feel it, but you don't know how to pinpoint it. You can't put your thumb on it, your finger on it, and be like, something's happening. I don't know what it is, but you're feeling it and you're like, something's happening, and you know it, but you can't pinpoint it. You can't even describe it yet, but you feel it and you know it and you can't deny it. That has been where we've been right now, from the full Hunter's blue blood moon in Taurus, and now we are in November. This is dominant Scorpio season, all right? This month, right, in 2 weeks, we've got the new moon in Scorpio. The new moon in Scorpio, okay? The new moons in general, guys, mean new beginnings, new experiences, new chapters. Did you close out the last, or are you keeping it running, right? Now, if you keep things running that you know internally, and only you know that you're supposed to close that out, if you knowingly keep it open when you know internally you're supposed to close it out, you will carry karmic debt going forward, right? The universe only gives you so many opportunities, right, to do the right thing. And if we don't take those moments to actually learn the lessons, release ourselves from things that we are not supposed to be part of, and we keep holding on to things that we clearly know, your intuition and your gut and everything around you, all the signs tell you X, Y, or Z. And if you still find yourself, right, in November there, you're going to have some rude awakenings that will linger with you for months and years to come, all right? So you're better off just doing the right thing, because you owe it to yourself. You're better than that. If you have family and friends, work experiences, situations that you know are not right, and you're still staying there, why? Why? If you're an adult, handle it. Man up, woman up to the situation. Your intuition is probably screaming in your face, hey, 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 hey. And you're like, but maybe this, but maybe that. No, there is no but maybes. You've had all this whole year to see everything for what it is. And now that moment where you burn the bridges, you can't go back anymore. You cannot go back anymore. If you go back at this point, you won't move forward in this timeline. Plain and simple. And that's your choice because you have free will. We all have free will here, okay? The universe gives you so many chances, so many times to make the jump, right? But you must take the action steps and do it. Yes. Tell me, guys, if that resonates with anyone who is here in the chat. I'm very serious about that, guys. Very, very serious. Hey, Just Shelly, how are you? How's it going, sweetie? So if you've experienced that, or you understand what I'm referring to, let me know in the chat here. Thank you, Sandra. And Maddie, I agree and concur with your last moment earlier up there, okay? Maddie was mentioning something up earlier, which I totally agree with Maddie. Maddie was saying a moment ago, yep, yes, I'm with you there, Maddie, 100%. 100%, Maddie. That's why I love Scorpios, because we get it on ways that like don't need full explanation, all right? You know what I'm saying? Like we just go, okay, we do. But hey, Just Shelly, hi Pansy B, how are you? All right, so we were chatting about this. We're entering a new month. Now we're in it already. Okay, we're in November, and we just we completed a cycle energetically. Energetically, we've completed a cycle, and that cycle completed on October 31st. Okay, I know we're here in November. No, I know today is November 1st, but I want y'all to understand there's a magnitude that took place. Whether you feel it right now, or you felt it the days leading up to it, or you feel it coming up now. Either way, because energy is very fluid, right? So whether you felt it that day, or you felt it leading up to that day, or you feel it now, or you will in the next couple days, it's undeniable. It's undeniable. It's undeniable that life must shift. All right. Either you decide to jump all in, you take the leap, and you make the right choices that are in a harmonious alignment for you and your higher self. Make the right choices, and only you know what those choices are. I can't tell you what they are, but your heart and your soul knows, and the universe is giving you all the signs, the synchronicities, bringing it to your face, but you have free will. What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? You do the same thing you did the last God knows how long, or are you going to finally double down on you? Because you're worth it, right? You matter. You have value. But have you been looking at your true self, or are you holding on to things because you think you want things of the past? But those things that you may have wanted, whether it's a job or a career or a project or a business or experiences, do those experiences, situations, money, goals, attainments, are those really in alignment with who you now are? Okay, I use that with such conviction because, like I said, October 31st was the full completion, okay, of everything that was prior to that date. And now you cannot take that part of you forward. You just can't do it. You could, and people will. So we have free will. You could hold on and cling to all your nothingness, right? Or you can say, you know what? I am worth it. I'm worth taking the shot on. I'm worth figuring out how I navigate this unknown, the abyss, this journey that, like, it looks uncomfortable, it looks unfamiliar, but it feels right, and it feels right. So listen to your intuition, your instincts, your gut. You're talking to yourself. The universe is bringing you all the signs, the symbols, telling you. The universe and your higher angels, they're guiding you. They have been guiding you. Okay, maybe you ignored them, the guides, the symbols prior, because of distraction, right? Of chaos, media, like BS on like the news, social stuff, whatever. But you still probably had some inclinations, but you dismissed them. Maybe, but maybe not, right? Let me just stay here because I'm really wrapped in like whatever this is, right? When we hit October 31st, guys, I'm telling you, it's now or never. And let me tell you what happens. So your best bet is to just follow your truth, your true north. If you decide not to do that, there's ramifications by the universe and your soul, right? Higher consciousness that will, it's not going to play in your favor, right? That's just plain and simple. But beyond that, you're not building yourself up by staying in situations that you've already been shown the clarity. You've been shown all that need to be seen. The answers have been revealed. Everything is right in front of your face. If you still can't take the leap, will you ever? And if you never will, why are you living? What is the purpose of life? To stay bound, chained. What is the purpose? To stay in situations where you're not happy. You're unfulfilled. Chasing these like unfulfilling highs and rushes of nothingness, because they never yield you anything in return. I promise you. They never yield you anything fulfilling. What? A small moment of satisfaction, which leaves you high and dry. Has anybody been there? I have before. I don't go there today, but I've been there, so I understand the depth of being left high and dry and chasing unfulfilling situations. They're not going to bring you anything. Why stay there? Does that make any sense, guys? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if it does. I hope it does a little bit. I hope it does. I hope this is resonating, guys, a little bit. I hope it's resonating, you guys. I really, really do. Did I just see Chrissy come in? Was that Chrissy? Chrissy. Go, Chrissy. It's your birthday. Go, Chrissy. It's really Maddie's birthday, but oh my, Sandra. Oh, Sandra. You're so sweet, Sandra. I love you, my soul sister, Sandra, my fellow Scorpio. Thank you. You're so kind and generous, and I really, really appreciate that. You don't have to do that, but thank you. Thank you for supporting me in that way. I really appreciate that, okay? I do. Thank you. Yay! Scout is here. Scout is in the house. Just Shelly. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, I missed this earlier message. Sorry, I must have been in like thought or something, or in like talk. I'm good, Chrissy. I'm happy to see you here. I really am. We know how when you hear people or you see their names and you hear their voice in your head. That's how I always feel like, with like, especially if I know we've chatted before, like a lot, frequently in Discord, or like, I'm like, I always hear their voice. I see your name, I hear your voice. I'm like, yes. Does anyone else feel that way? Or am I the only one who feels like that? But like, when you see someone's name, you hear their voice. I don't know, I do. So thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you. So let me recap a couple of bullet points that I have been like, discussing here thus far. And I'll move forward, okay? So as I began this live stream, the broadcast, right, I was chatting here about with you guys, at least giving you guys the insight of what I understand. We have been through a very trying and, challenging and difficult year. Absolutely, 100%. If you can resonate with what is happening, I'm going to explain what's currently happening, and you can say yes, you feel as well, or if you don't, that's okay too, right? But where we have been has been through a lot of, like, I would call it a little bit of chaos, like, and not in a bad way, just, scattered energy, okay? We've all been there. We have. And then on October 31st, if you're in the USA at least, October 31st, we had they call it the Hunter's Blood Full Moon in Taurus, okay? October 31st, like yesterday. And what that signifies, guys, for those who are just coming in here, I want to repeat this because this is very important anyways, is that that came to bring us a message of closure, right? Completion. Full moons in general bring completion, okay? New moons bring new beginnings, new chapters, new this, right? But the October 31st, right? So October 31st was a completion. You completed all the things, whether you have closure or not with people in your life, family members, cousins, siblings, friends, parents, colleagues, work projects. Even if you don't feel you have the closure that you desire, right? You may not freaking get it, guys. All right? So you must just accept that has come to a close, okay? Sometimes life, if we had, okay, all this, let me back up for a moment first. You know how when your intuition is telling you this must be over, this must be completed, this must be this, or your intuition is always screaming at you, whether you follow it or not. You feel it. Sometimes delayed. You're like, you know what? I knew that I was supposed to do this X, Y, or Z, but I didn't do it, and then it eventually does happen, right? All right. That's how the universe has been signaling to all of us as human beings here on the collective. Close that out. Complete that. Close it and complete it. Tie it all up. Loose ends, close it. If you can't get the closure from them, you don't need it. You freaking close it. You tie it in a knot and you say, you know what? I'm going to take my lessons from X, Y, and Z situation, business deals, projects, blah, 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 family, friends. You close it, you wrap it up, and you say, you don't hold resentment. Learn the lesson. Like, accept the fact that, hey, that was tough. I didn't like it. Now, not to the person or the people. No, you do it for yourself. You talk yourself through this closure, okay? You tell yourself, look, man, I gave it my all. I was all in. I lost this project. I didn't win that bid, or these people, this group, this work thing, these whatever it is, right? I don't know. I'm bringing up several scenarios for many people to look at different possibilities, right? The point is that you may be lingering and hoping on, well, maybe I'll get that closure. You're not going to get it. Just close it out. Be the bigger person. Say, you know what? I know what it was for what it was. Plain and simple. I don't like it. I didn't enjoy it, or I deserved better, or I put too much in there, or maybe I donated too much money here, too much money there, or too much time spent here and I got nothing in return for it. Too much whatever, too much indulgence here, too much anything, right? So whatever it was for all of us, we're on different things, different experiences. Only you know. You put too much in, you got nothing back out of it. You accept it, okay? We don't have to like it, but you got to accept it and say, you know what? I may not have all the answers I want. I may not have all the answers I desire from my family, my friends, this project, that situation, this X, Y, or Z. But I understand that it was part of my journey. I accept. I hold no resentment. I don't seek revenge. I forgive for me. I forgive the situation because I want to be relieved of any, I'm not going to hold on to burdens and barriers. No. When you hold on to past hurt so deeply, you make yourself so sick. And you can't possibly grow and evolve. You're holding on all that burden. Your shoulders are getting tight. Your life comes to chaos. You have healed, right? When I say healed, you have not accepted, you have not surrendered that. Accept that those who have wronged you in your childhood, we're going back the whole way, guys, the whole time. We always come full circle. That's how life happens. We come full. If we have not healed childhood wounds, right, that are very deep, 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 they will continue to surface and rise, right? They continue to, like a volcano, erupt because you've not chosen to say, you know what happened wasn't right, it was right, whatever it was, right? And you let it fester and fester, and then it's going to explode, of course, or it will seep out of yourself in different scenarios or environments or experience, of course. So the point of me mentioning this is that because, we close this cycle out. October 31st was a completion. It's completed. You can accept the completion or not. It's over. It's over. If you choose not to accept it, then you run in the, it's like, then consider yourself a mouse on that wheel running with no purpose. Who does that? No. When the veil is lifted and the clarity is in your face, if you personally choose to run as the mouse on that loop, then don't expect anyone, not even the higher realm, to feel sorry for you because they've shown you the truth, right? When the truth from the divine, right, the universe brings you all the clarity that you've desired, you begged for it, you got it, and what do you do with it? You stay on that rat race? Ooh, it ain't gonna look good for you if you stay there, because let me tell you, the divine, the universe, is a very powerful thing. They give you many chances to release the burdens, right? But every single time, maybe you didn't do it. Maybe how many times was it revealed to you prior to that date? And you said, well, maybe I'll deal with it this day. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, right? You talked yourself in it and out 100 freaking times. Well, now there's no more times, right? The universe will come and step in. Yes, it will. And that's what we had on October 31st. We had it. It was a completion. It was the hunter's blood full moon in Taurus, okay? Taurus represents everything physical. Everything physical. All right, everything physical, everything physical. Yep. And now we're in Scorpio season, right? We're in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is the underworld, and not in a bad way. It's the depth, it's the unknown, it's the darkness, but not in a bad way. It's unfamiliar. It's a new journey. You have to walk blindfolded and hope and trust and learn to trust yourself. You have to do that. We all do. No one's like omitted from the process. Everyone's gonna be in the same freaking boat, but in their own little boat, right? You're not alone. And I say this because this year has pushed us all past our normal boundaries. And we've watched ourselves almost suffer, right? We have in different ways. But now that time has come to a close. Whether you want that close or not, you can fight the close all you want, but you can kick and scream. The universe has given you many chances to complete and close. If you haven't done so on your own free will, then it will be a very brutal, hard, rude awakening. Because if you don't do it, the universe comes in and makes it happen because it says it's complete. You like it or not, that's just gonna come the fuck down, right? Are y'all with me or not? That's how it rolls. That's just how it is. You have all the chances to do the right thing, right? Your intuition tells you, yeah, I gotta do this thing or that, whatever it might be, like, I don't know, a project, in your own life how it's playing out. And then you either do it or you don't. But what happens? When things have been shown to you, a lot of times, that moment's coming where it comes crashing down. And you're almost like expecting it to come crashing down because you're like, you know what? You're almost like, you know what? I knew it, I felt it, but I didn't do it. But you felt it, you knew it, right? This is how you learn to trust your intuition, trust the signs, follow your own truth. It's talking to you for a reason, right? We like deny it, we try to avoid it, we push it out, we do this, we do all the things, we kick and scream and tell ourselves, no. But if you don't make your own shift, the universe will come in and put that sword down and say, you can't go forward. Whether you like it or not, we're going forward. All right, so let me know, guys, if you've been there in your life before and you've experienced that. Just curious to know. I've been there many times in both sides of that equation. I have been there many times on both sides of that equation. I'm telling you, it's better off when you can just naturally choose the right path. Now, of course, choosing the right path is not always just easy. It still is difficult, but at least you made the choice with your own free will, and you're more empowered when you choose it for yourself. You feel less empowered. You feel less empowered, right? Oh, I guess I was on mute. Sorry about that, guys. Whew. All right. So I'm not sure what last part you heard me say, but let me go ahead and repeat that last couple of sentences, guys. So what I was saying is that, the universe will come and give you all the chances. It brings you the clues, right? The clues, the hints are there on the way, right? It gives you plenty of initial clues to say, hey, this might not be the right choice, or that might not be in your best interest, or you maybe want to make some shifts with that situation or that ordeal, or it's always kind of like coming up, right? Initially, it's kind of subtle, but as time goes forward, it becomes that like louder and louder and louder. And imagine like a sound in the back of your head, like a whisper. It whispers first. And maybe you don't even hear it whispering, right? Because you're so, in the chaos. You're so much like in like God knows what. You're scattered. You're here. You're there. You're everywhere. How can you hear the whisper when you're 100 places? You can't possibly hear the whisper because they're whispering. You don't hear them, right? You're not looking for that information. Actually, you don't want it when it's coming in. You don't really want it. Let's call it out. You might not really want the information. It's coming. You might hear it, but you may not. It continues to whisper and whisper. It's not gonna. It'll just keep hinting and placing the scenarios, the situations, hinting clues are in your face. And over a period of time in your life, right, you see the signs, and we still, at moments, ignore them, right? We ignore them, right? And we sit there and we just keep ourselves in that scenario, whatever it might be, whatever it is. And then the sounds, the hints, and the signals, they get louder and louder. Now, there comes a moment. Here's the point of this video here. there comes a moment, there's a window of time. The window is a grace period. A grace period. There's a window of time. It's a grace period where the universe says, okay, maybe you're still rejecting the information, not making the moves, but you know you hear it, and it gives you a grace period, a window of time, right, to decide, because the universe wants to support you and your own free will. That's the point of our journey here, right? It gives you all the moments, all the chances, right? Let's just say you know what you're supposed to, but you don't do it, right? That window closes, all right? Now then, the universe comes and steps in. It says, we're going to tear it down. You knew what to do and you didn't do it. So now it'll be uglier as it comes down because you knew and the signs were there yelling and shouting and you didn't do anything about it. So don't expect the tower to be pleasant because you had all the chances leading up that moment, that window, that grace period, to make the right moves. You didn't make the right move. What happens now? Well, you still get to accept, you can embrace the tower or you can still resist it. But here's what happens. Let's just say you resist it. You basically take yourself back, like backward. You're going to take yourself backward. So let's just say things happen in your life. You didn't make the right choices, but now the tower comes, the sword comes. It completely throws you off your rocker, right? Life is like upside down. You're like, wait a minute, what happened? Where? What? But you know what happened, right? Like you can't lie to yourself. You can't, but you know what happened. You know you didn't make the right. You continued, you resisted, you pushed, you didn't make the shifts that you knew was at your face. You stood and you didn't freaking move, right? We all have been there with work, right? With jobs, with people, with friends, with situations, whatever it is you're going through, right? That tower comes in because the universe says, we gave you every opportunity to do on your own free will, and now the universe will come in and create its will, right? Now, when the universe comes to step in, it's more abrupt. It's not as kind. It might be feeling like, oh, why? And then you feel like a victim. Oh my God, why me? How come? No. The universe gave you all the symbols, all the signs leading up. You had a big, long window, grace period, to do the things that you were supposed to do, that you knew what you're going to do, and you didn't make the move. Then the tower comes in. The tower, the Scorpio tower comes in. It can be scary, but it's not scary at all, right? Scorpio tower comes in. It slices the truth. It says, no more. Sorry, you had all the chances in the world to do it. Now the universe is going to have its own will, right? Thy will be done. Because none of us, not even my own self, none of us have the power of the universe. We don't. So you're better off to embrace, all right, the tower. Don't resist the tower. When the tower comes in your life, that could be a very big, like, health crisis, a death of a family member. That could be a lot of things that have happened: a loss of a job, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a wife or a husband. The tower comes in. It's a rude awakening, but it's there permanent. You can't go back. You can't go back because when the universe steps in, the universe says it's complete. It's complete in its finality, its totality. It's complete. Okay. So you can kick and scream and cry, right, and like reminisce and be nostalgic, but then you're only delaying your own progression because you can't go back if you wanted to anyways, right? You can't. So you're better off to embrace the lessons and find the high points, find the positives of how you grew from those hardships. How did you become a better you? Maybe you can't really find how you were better, but maybe you can find how you had more awareness of the process, right? Maybe you can look for, you know what, I don't really know the lesson yet, but maybe I was more in tune with myself, or maybe I saw, look for the patterns, find something of substance to at least hold on to all the shit you went through, right? Why? Don't just throw it away. You don't have a choice. The universe already cut it out. It's complete. It's totality, it's finality, right? So if you're going to still look back, at least look back with pride and honor. Don't look back in sorrow and pity. Look back with pride and honor and hold your fucking head up high, hold your chin up high and say, I am worth more. And you move forward because the universe expects you to move forward. They made divine comes in, right? Divine intervention says, hey, it's complete. Let's create anew. And so that's why we're in Scorpio season, and we have the Scorpio new moon, new beginning, new chapter, new life, new experience coming in. Scorpio comes to take it down. It also empowers you though. So from destruction, it will empower you to be your best self yet. The part of you have not even known who you are just yet. There are parts of you that exist within you right now who you have not fully discovered just quite yet. That's what time is supposed to do. Yes. It may feel like destruction, but it's actually a rebirth. That's why Scorpio represents life, death, and rebirth. Yes, it's painful. Yes, ugly. Yes, it's still a destruction, but it's to become your better self. Are y'all with me? Hey, Turquoise. How are you, Turquoise? Oh, I love Maddie's comment. He says he got room in his boat. I love it. I love it. I love it. And just Shelly says, yes, I know. People do feel chaos, and it's understandably, it's not like it's understandable that we would feel like scattered, but we gotta we can't stay lost, guys. We can't, because your life is counting on you to put the knife through any kind of cloudy things. Seek the truth. When we're not the driver of our life, then expect for life to feel like you're drowning, because that means you're not in the driver's seat. And I say that with the most sincerity. When we have the backseat approach, the whole, and things are like, up in the air, ask yourself, what part are you playing in that process? Sometimes we don't want to ask ourselves. Sometimes we don't want to ask ourselves those questions because they're kind of hard. But the reality is right in our face. What are the things that we're not in the driver's seat with? Because if you're in a car and you're driving, there's people around you that could be hurt if you don't look, right? A car could be a potential deadly weapon if we're irresponsible. And there are consequences to those we hurt along the way by not being consciously aware. Right, guys? Are you with me? Let me know if you're with me, guys. Let me know. I really mean that. I really do. Are you in the driver's seat of your car? Or are you leaning back, letting neutral just drive the car? Who has the wheel of your car? I want to know. Let me know who's holding your car wheel. I want to know. Who's driving your car? Who is steering that wheel? I want to know. These are real things, guys. Your life matters. When we reduce ourselves to nothing, we're just drifting with life, that's not acceptable. We are accountable to ourselves, right? Okay? We got to act like that, all right? If you drive a vehicle and you're not responsible, you could potentially, recklessly, unknowingly, unintentionally affect the lives of many people and their families, right? By not being consciously aware of what you're doing, all right? And sometimes in life, guys, you can't blame it on, someone in the back seat was bothering me or distracting me or well, I don't know, it's natural for people to want to say, well, here's the why, hows, and what. No. You're at the wheel. We all have our own life, like the wheel of our life, right? We can use all the excuses, the external things, the chaos, the distraction, but we are accountable to ourselves. Okay, we are, we really, really are. I know it sounds a little serious, right? Scorpios tend to be a little deep, sometimes too deep. But that's the reality, right? If your life is not going in your favor, and if things in your life feel too messed up, besides the, you know, the economic, the pandemic, if your personal life feels like a mess, ask yourself, are you at the driver's seat, number one, and are you holding the wheel? And number two, are you steering it, and can you see at the front windshield? A lot of things you gotta ask yourself. You know, in the wintertime in Chicago, we have, like, you know, chill the ice off the front windshield because you can't see. You have to heat the car up like for at least 30, 45 minutes. And even if you do that, it's like to go outside in the morning before you go to work and chisel your front windshield, the ice off. You can't just go in the car and expect to see blindly, right? You gotta be aware and be you know, have the conscious awareness. You know what? I know that if we cooled out, the morning the temperature cold, I have to make sure I hit the car. Number one, number two, chisel the ice off. Otherwise, I can't go like I usually do. This is life, guys. It's life. And it's so important. It's so important. I really do. I really hope it means, I hope it makes sense. I hope I'm making sense to those out there listening, because we don't really look at our life in this perspective, but I'm hoping that with the Taurus completion and the Scorpio renewal, that maybe, just maybe, this is your time. Maybe, and just maybe, this is when you actually finally get your shit together. Maybe. It's the moment the universe is calling on you. It's your time. Will you do it? Or will you resist? You know, it's always our choice, you know? It's always our choice. And that's the beautiful part of this whole world, is that we come in and we have free will. We do. We have free will. Now imagine free will. You get in a car, right, with someone who's reckless. And let's just say that person who's driving the car is not a good person. Not they're intending to be bad. Maybe that person in the car who's driving isn't intending to be bad, but maybe they're bad because they're not even aware of what they're doing. And now you're a bystander to a process. I'm using this as an example because this is your life, and the people who are around you, close to you, who you're giving your time and your attention to, who may be taking you down for the count. And you're allowing them to do that. But you're better than that. And you should look at your own life with, hold that fucking wheel and decide where you're gonna go, and know who comes in your car. Who's gonna come in your car? If that person has drugs or this or that, or I don't know. I just random examples, analogies of life. Okay, I've never been in those situations, never have. These are analogies, guys. You're not gonna let some random person in the car with you. If you're a single mom, you have a baby in your back seat, right? Are you gonna let a stranger come in your car? No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna protect that car because you know you gotta make sure you get home safely, right? You make the right choices, okay? You don't just let random people in your freaking car. If you have a newborn baby in your back seat, no, you don't do that, right? No, you do not do that. And I really, really mean that, guys. I really do. Our life is happening so fast. We can barely grasp the truest moments, the truest experiences, because we're so caught up in the chaos. We're so caught up in the chaos. We can't even embrace and truly experience in real time the bliss parts of life, because we're so caught up in the chaos, right? Come on, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys too. But if we never get a grip on where we're at, where we're going, what's happening, how can we ever expect to become better, right? We can't complain about things that we have no intention of shifting, right? Let me repeat that. We cannot complain about our life if we have no intention of making any adjustments. You hear me? there is a part that we play in this process. Either we are going to play part of it or not going to play part of it. Either way, we are still the process. And so I say this because we need to hear this. So let me ask people here in the audience, guys, in the chat. Is this information is this helpful? Is it insightful? Do you feel value from what I'm saying, or is it too harsh? And please be honest with me. I can take honesty, you guys. Give me your honesty. Give me your honesty. I will not take offense, but let me know. Is this information with what I'm sharing, is it insightful or valuable? Do you feel like it's good, or am I being a little too harsh, too cold, too cutthroat? Let me know, please. So no one's responding to my question? Nobody responding me? I'm sad. Y'all left me? That means, was I being too harsh then? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Damn. Cat, slow your roll. Was I being a little too much? No one's speaking up. Thank you, Scout. That is correct. Oh, I love that, Maddie. Maddie says, he's gonna jump out at the red light. Yeah, me too. If I find myself in a car, like seriously, if I find myself in a car where like I thought I was getting like, neutral, and then I find myself like, wait a minute, some things, they don't feel right? I will get the hell out of that car. Let me tell you, I will. Yes, I will. Right? But this is our life, and we have the power, right, to make better choices for who we are today, who we will become, okay? And I know it can sound a little cliche, but really it's not. It's not, because I come at the level of practicality. I'm not talking some high level theoretical stuff. Nope. Guys, it's very practical. You can be your best self if you choose to, if you desire to, if you want to put in the commitment. See, nobody is with you behind closed doors, okay? You have to honor who you really are. Now, sometimes that takes a time. There's an adjustment period, like where you face your true self and the part you want to be, right? But at least there's your true self behind the closed doors and who you want to be. And then you work on merging the gap. Do you guys feel me or not? Do you feel me? So all of us have, work to do on ourselves. Of course, we're not perfect. We will never be perfect, but at least you have the awareness that here's where I'm really at. Here's what I want to be, and let me slowly, right, make the right steps forward, the right choices, the decisions, right, with my life, right? I'll be accountable for who I am, how I show up, X, Y, or Z, right? And I want to merge this gap between who I am today and who I desire to become. And that gap gets shortened and shortened. And that gap, eventually you merge with who you are and who you want to become, and you stay there. When you get closer to who you are and where you want to become, that is the most blissful moment of life. I have chills, okay? That is when you're in true harmonious alignment. Now, you can't stay there initially. It's like a teeter-totter, okay? Imagine the park, those parks for your kid, so you have to stay as close as you can right there, right? It's not like this one moment happens, oh, here, I made this change, I made this adjustment, I made these, no. Trust me, from my experience, it's an ongoing process. It's never end, it's never complete, okay? You gotta continue to strive, right, for who you are today and who you want to become, right? And even when you find that merge and you merge with your own true self, you gotta be aware, right? You can't get comfortable. Well, I got it figured out. You know, I'm really good. I got it figured out. I'm on point. That's not going to work. You got to always be the student. So the student is always seeking the truth, even when it puts the awareness on where we might fall short. But the truth is, even if we're not proud of where we are here, we want to be, the awareness of that is better sometimes than actually being here. Are you following me? It's better sometimes to know, here's where I really am, and here's where I want to be. And maybe the gap is big, maybe it's small, it doesn't really matter. When you have the self-awareness to acknowledge with no lies, you can't lie to yourself, it's transparent with self. I'm here, here's what I'm striving for, right? And the gap is there. That awareness in itself is golden. Now you know, and you can't unsee what you know. We can put it, you know, behind us, left, right, whatever, you know, we can distract ourselves again, but we still know, we do. When you get closer, your power gets really like energized, like momentum is in your favor, because the universe will support you when you're making the right strides to stay closer and closer to who you are and who you're becoming. And you feel it because when you are being your best self, right, the gap can still be big, but the universe will honor you. The universe will support you. You know, if you're off to sail on a sailboat, right, on the ocean or the lake, when you have the wind on your side, what happens? You don't need any motor. That wind will sail you the whole way everywhere, right? Imagine that analogy like the universe. When the universe sees you making the attempts, the awareness, you have the acknowledgement, you're transparent with yourself, right, to internal self. It sees you, you're there, it knows where you're going. It doesn't matter how big that gap is, that the universe will sail you the whole way and push you forward because it knows your intention is pure and it's trying and it's focused, it's deliberate, it's intentional. The universe will support you like a sail. It'll push you in the right direction. It'll just keep helping you float. Are you with me? I'm serious. It's very, 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 very real. Very, very real, guys. Very real. And very, very real, you know. It's very real. I do my best to put the information that I like bring out here on like YouTube. I do the best I can to put it direct and concise, but also real, right? So I'm mindful of how I'm communicating. So I hope I'm not being too forward and too cutting. I hope not. So I thank you in advance for holding the compassion for me to at least share the truths I've endured, I've experienced, I've witnessed in my own real life. I hope that you can at least find the compassion, hold the space for me if I'm too much, if I'm too intense. It's my personality. It is truly my personality. Oh, Lord, I always say, Lord, have mercy on my soul. God, you made me be Katrina, and did you know you put me to have all the placements? Yes, it did. Okay. As long as you know that what we were about to create as this person, as long as you know, as long as somebody had a freaking plan. Seriously. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Sometimes, you know, right? I say it in a funny way, and plus I'm also working on my humor, which I'm still struggling, but I'm getting better. If Benny Mac was still here, she'd say, yes, you're doing good. Who knows? Yeah, definitely. There's so many moments in my own life. Like, I'm happy that I'm just happy that I am me, even if I'm a very unusual and rare person that maybe is me. I'm okay with that too. I really, really am. Like because I don't want to be anybody else, right? I don't think you want to be anyone else either. Right? Flaws and all, right? I think there's still parts of you that you really like, you learn to embrace, right? I think so. And that's the beautiful part of life. We're all different. We're designed unique in our own spot. We're custom made. We agree to be these people. Before we got here, guys, we agreed to be these people. Before we got here, and we did agree to go through the hardships, even the ones we can't possibly imagine. Like, why on earth would I put myself through such devastation? Why would I ever say yes, do that, Katrina? Why? It's ridiculous, right? I've had that conversation with myself so many times in my life, so many times, but not anymore, okay? Not anymore, but I did for a long time, like, struggle with what on earth is going on. But I'm in a different place in my life. These last several years, like, I'm in a different place. And, but I do remember, yes, I remember every moment where I was like, what happened and why and what on earth is going on? I can give you some funny stories too, because I have my own little voice audios. Like, there was one moment where I was like, well, then I should have been just born a guy. Like, if I was gonna be so intense and so dominant of a person, like, then why did God just not make me a guy then? If they want me to have all these traits, what the hell, right? There was a moment, like, you know, like in 2014, 2015, I thought that way, not because I wanted to be a guy. Trust me, I like being myself. But it was a thought that I was like, well, why? Why, right? Like, why? But, you know, as you go through your own journey in life experience, I understand why I have, like, my strong, dominant, intense personality. I do. And you know, I'm not going to share them all right now here, but I'm just saying, I have long embraced those traits. I love those traits. I like who I am. I love who I am, and I don't want to be anyone else. And there's no one else on this freaking planet I want to be anyways. I'm like, no, I will take it. Does it mean I'll be lonely? Maybe. Katrina, does that mean you might, like, be, like, in your own little zone? Maybe, yes. Does it mean that XYZ? Possibly. But I don't want to be, I want to be me. I love who I am. All parts of me. And I hope you as an individual, I hope you as a person across the screen, I hope that you get to a place in your moment of life where you want to be you, flaws and all. I hope that you get to a point where you've accepted the parts of yourself that maybe, you know, you questioned this or that, or you wondered. I hope that you get to a point in your life while you're still alive and you begin to embrace all of who you are, everything. When a person, an individual, a consciousness, and a soul can come into full harmonious alignment with itself, that's when life changes. That's when life just changes in the most beautiful ways. I really mean that. There was moments in the past where I was at a conflict with my inner self, right? You know, and we all have been there, right? When you have an inner conflict with yourself, it can be, you know, a disruption or feeling, you know, trying to figure it out. I remember those days where I battled my internal self. That was the biggest battle, was battling my internal self. I'm not joking. I really mean this. The hardest moments of my life were battling myself. Not that, I mean, I had to battle the outside world too. Yes, I did. But battling my inner self was the hardest moments because I had to find ways. It was a process. It was not overnight. No, I had to decide and choose. I had to really do a lot of reflection. I had to do a lot of growth. I had to really do a lot of work to figure it out. Okay, it wasn't easy. No, it was not, and it was not overnight. But I will say this: there are many moments. There was a pivot point where I do mention in some of my videos. some of those moments, the defining moments. But I will tell you, even as, you know, challenging as it was, who I am, who I, you know, become, when you reconcile the parts within yourself that are at odds, internal self, right? Not people aside. When you can rectify, unify, right? The parts of you that may be at odds, right? Your life becomes more peaceful. You flow. It's more natural. You just understand. You accept. You actually embrace, and you don't worry about the things that used to bother you. You're like, no, I know. And once you have that knowing, nothing can remove that knowing. It's there. But there might be moments in life that take you to that place. It takes time. It takes reflection. It takes the work. It takes conscious awareness, reflection, introspection. It takes a lot to want to take yourself from wherever you currently are here and where you want to become, and merge that gap. And when you merge, like I said, you're not guaranteed to stay there. Trust me. We're always vibration. We're vibrational beings, which means we're never like static. We're moving, right? So keeping it there is also another task. So just because you get to one benchmark in life or this accomplishment doesn't mean it's over. You cannot kick the freaking brakes off and say, well, you know what? I drove that car as good as I possibly could. Now we'll see what happens. No, that's still your car. People get your car. You can be guilty by association. You can be in trouble because you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, what happens if somebody else says, you know what, you look too tired, I'll drive your car. It's your freaking car. And now what happens? They're a bad person. You weren't thinking they were bad. You just weren't paying attention. They're driving your car. They get you into trouble. Now where are you at? You're in trouble. I don't mean physical trouble. I mean like with life, right? It's an analogy. I don't mean, we are not talking about like trouble. It's a metaphor, guys. It's a metaphor. Now you're finding yourself entangled and commingled in all kinds of things you never even signed up for. You're like, wait a minute. I never signed up for that group or this situation or that. Like, wait a minute. What happened? How did I get myself here, right? No, but you did get yourself there by not paying attention, right? You got to always pay attention. This is your life. And the people that you allow into your close circle, that matters. They can take you for a while. They can take you for such a ride, you lose yourself. All the work you've done thus far, and you're the wrong person in your car, they can screw you up. Not permanently, but it will take a recovery, right? You gotta know who you're letting in your house, your car, your space, like energetic beings, right? Your groups. Who are you choosing to be with your time, how you spend your time, what you do with your time? All those things matter. I know we don't think about that, but let me tell you, if you get in the wrong car, we don't know what happens, right? You let the wrong people in your house, I don't know about that. You get in someone else's house, you don't know whose house you're going into, you don't know what's gonna happen, right? You go to the wrong neighborhood by mistake, or because you're just not paying attention. Again, these are just metaphors and analogies, but these are the real life metaphors, real life analogies that really make you think about how you are how you're showing up in your real life right now. I don't really mean your physical car, your physical house. I don't. But these are good analogies because I would not let any stranger in my freaking house. In fact, I protect my house like I protect my house, okay? And I also protect my group. I'm very protective. I'm a very nurturing, loving person. I want to protect at all costs, okay? I will take the heat and the brunt, and I will fend off all demons, all bad, I will do whatever it takes because I care about what I'm protecting, right? If you have a child, you protect that child at all costs. You would probably take a bullet for the child, right? Your family, cousins, you know who matters the most to you. So think about your life like that, guys. How you spend your time, where you hang out, right? You don't want to get yourself in the wrong groups, wrong crowds. And I'm not saying that we are here. We are a very good group here, okay? We got everyone here to help protect us, right? We do, right? We all here, we know we have the same, I have a handful of people here with me, you know, that always know what the goal is, our objective. We're gonna protect the house. I'm Mama. Maddie always calls me Mama Gangster. I want to protect the house at all costs. No one can come in the house. But imagine your own house. You know, you lock your doors up, right? It's normal. It's natural. You're not expecting an intruder. It's out of habit, out of positive habit, right? You just lock your doors. Let's just be proactive of where we place our time, our attention, our energy. Don't be in the gutter. Don't be in the wrong place, the wrong time. Because let me tell you, in an instant, your life can be upside down. The one person who comes to your life, the one time you go to so-and-so's house or so-and-so's place, or I don't even know where, okay? Thank God I don't even do that stuff. I don't even leave my house hardly. It's an example. It's a metaphor, guys. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor, okay? But imagine this as your own beingness, right? All right? You're not going to come in someone's house and no. Imagine, yes, let me see what Maddie had to say. Thank God. Maddie says, what? You come in my house and you have a bad intentions, you better get right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie's got it on point. Go, Maddie. It's your birthday. Go, Maddie. It is Maddie's birthday. It really is Maddie's birthday, though. It really is. It really is. But it's so important, guys. We sometimes don't look at our life in these ways, but we might need to make an adjustment. Let's shift our perspective, right? Let's shift our perspective, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to be your best self, right? The ultimate goal is to be your best self, number one. Number two, place yourself in situations that can help support you or be positive in your situation, right? If you put yourself in constant scenarios that are not healthy, then don't expect for things to get better. I'm not being rude or harsh. It's just the reality. If you continuously show up in the wrong places all the time, yes, your vibration goes lower. If you hang out with people who just gossip and gossip and gossip, oh my God, it gets tiring to keep up with it. Like, keeping up with it gets tiring. You're like, what happened and how come? And sometimes like wondering, why are they fighting? Like, sometimes I forgot like what happened like 6 months ago, 3 months ago. I have really good friends. I can't keep up all the time because it will lower my vibration. I love and adore them. Oh yes, I do. I love it. I adore them. But I don't gotta be knee deep in it. No, I don't. Because I actually care about myself. I love myself. I value who I am. And I want to keep my house clean and my car clean. All right. It doesn't mean I can't have fun. I can still have fun, right? In moderation, and make sure I'm aware and awake and alert of who's coming in my house, my car. And not only that, if I'm too tired to drive, who am I going to let drive my car, right? Or if I'm going to go to sleep in my house and I have guests over, do I know all the guests, right? You got to know those things. Now, again, it's a metaphor analogy. Your car and your house, they're examples, right? But I'm referring to this metaphor with parts of your life, right? It's important because you want to surround yourself with good people. You should want to, because good people will be supportive of your growth. They're not there to take you down. They're not there to say, they have no intention of one-upping you. No, good people want to support your growth. Yes, there are good people in this world. There are. You're gonna find them. But before you find the good people, you have to choose who you want to be. Because if you don't really know who you want to be, then don't expect to find those people. Because those people, they know where they stand, and they're not gonna budge. They know their values. You're not going to find them budging on levels of value. No, they know. They have pillars of value. Like, there's levels where they're like, hey, no nonsense on this area. No nonsense here. They know because they love themselves, right? They respect themselves. They have integrity. right? That's a beautiful part. When you meet people who have integrity, that's important. I promise you. Most people in this world don't have any integrity. I'm not being ugly, I'm being honest. Some do, some don't. Whatever the average is, doesn't matter to me. Hard to find people who actually honor their word, who hold themselves to high levels of integrity and authenticity, who respect themselves. See, if a person does not respect themselves, how can they respect you? If a person doesn't hold themselves to the standards, what do you expect from those kind of people, right? Again, it doesn't mean that all are bad or all are good. The point is recognizing where you're at in the big process, and then choosing where you now want to go. This is your life. Don't let it be hijacked by the people who just somehow got in your car, right? Take that driver wheel and decide, hey, you know what? I'm going there. And hold the wheel firm. You can't hold it like, I'm going to hold it softly. I don't know. No, you can't operate life like that. No one drives a car like, I just don't know if I can make that turn. Maybe if you're a child or a beginner learner, yes, maybe. But no, you hold the wheel, you know where you're going to go, right? You got to know. You got to know. When you go to sleep at night, you got to know who's in your house. When you go to sleep, you lock your doors. You know who's in your house. You're not going to have random people come in your house. When you're in your car, you know who's in the car. When you are in life, you live life. You know who's in the group. You know enough. You know enough, right? And if you don't feel comfortable, you remove yourself. You don't just stay. You remove yourself. You remove yourself. You make the right choices for your own life. If you find yourself in situations that are not nice, get the fuck out as fast as you can. Get out, right? Because your life matters. Who you are becoming actually matters. And they probably don't care who you're becoming. They probably have no interest in your growth, right? Because why would they? Based on their actions, it doesn't support who you're becoming, right? That probably doesn't. Now, we can still have fun, yes, but it's a healthy fun. It's a playful fun. It's not destructive. It's not destructive. It's not negative. You'll know the difference. We all have the internal guidance system that always tells us, you know what, that might be too far here, or that's too far there. You know, right? Hang out there for a little bit, test the waters. Your instincts will kick in right away. You know what? I don't think that's the place. Okay, then maybe not. Give it a chance, though. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. You don't know. Maybe there could have been one thing that happened situation, so give it a full chance, but trust your instincts and give it a moment, right? Are y'all with me? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I didn't see you sneak in here. Thank you. Yes, and don't mess with Maddie's kitchen. Maddie, who thinks that Maddie should come up here and at least say hello for his birthday? We're gonna end the broadcast anyways, but who wants to hear Maddie's voice? Come say hello. It's his birthday, guys. This is his actual birthday. Like, it's the day. This is his actual birthday day. We're gonna celebrate his birthday all week, all month. We're in Scorpio season. I'm gonna put the link for Maddie to come up here and say hello. It's his birthday. He cannot pass up his birthday. I'm gonna put the link here. Copy, paste it here. Guys, let's give some hearts for Maddie. He can do this, guys. Guys, let's put some hearts in the chat here for Maddie. If y'all want to see Maddie come say hello, his voice on the StreamYards, let's give some hearts for Maddie. Let's encourage him. I know it can be a little challenging and scary to come on the panel, but it can be very brief. We all want to hear your voice. Let's encourage Maddie to do it. Go, Maddie. Go, Maddie. It's his birthday. It is his beautiful birthday. This is his actual birthday day. Real day. And you know, we've celebrated so many birthdays here on this channel. I'm so proud of us. We've had many birthdays. And I'm happy about that. Very, very happy about that. We're a good group here. And every birthday is very significant and so important, guys. And not only is it Maddie's birthday, he has served, you know, our country, and we always support all of our, we back the blue, the police, the law enforcement. We back up all people who have served this country in various manners and aspects. And so this is a beautiful moment for Maddie to come and be his voice and say hello right to the world. We want to hear Maddie's voice, guys. Guys, help encourage Maddie to click the link and come say hello. It don't have to be a long moment here, Maddie, on the YouTube. We're gonna hang out in Discord if we want to hang out, all of us personally. But at least before I close the YouTube part out, guys, let's encourage Maddie to come up and say hello. It's his birthday. He's a Scorpio. Go, Maddie. I'll pull a card for Maddie publicly, but he needs to come on the camera, not the camera. He needs to come on voice. Click the link, guys. Let's help encourage Maddie to click the link. We all want to hear Maddie's voice. Click the link, Maddie. You're safe. You're safe. Just, it's your birthday. This is your birthday. Guys, if you don't know, you're just joining, this is Maddie's birthday. Today, we are here in November 2nd, right, of 2020. It's a very important time for each and every one of us. We have a birthday, guys. It's beautiful. We're 1 year stronger, bigger, better, right? Wiser, mature. We've lived another life, and we have another life coming forward for us, guys. Help me encourage Maddie to click the link. Maddie? Where's Maddie? 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 Yes. He has a badge of honor. Not only that, he's served our country. He's full of beautiful wisdom. Plus, he has a New York accent. Guys, if you've never heard Maddie, if you've never heard his voice, he's a beautiful soul, beautiful heart, mind, and soul. A very mature, advanced, grown man who is very dedicated to his family, loyal to his country. And these are the people we do want to appreciate and acknowledge. We really do. They have lived a lot of life, even if their experiences, because they've served, has almost given it's almost like giving them many lifetimes in one lifetime, right? Think about that. They're seeing things. Law enforcement, anyone who has served has seen things that maybe most of us wouldn't see. And that takes a toll on an individual life. Yes, it does. It takes a toll on us. Definitely does. So, absolutely. Maddie, she's not coming up. Okay. All right. Well, Maddie don't want to come up. It's okay. Fine, Maddie, fine. But either way, that's okay. Us on our own personal group, we know your voice. But either way, we are celebrating Maddie's birthday this entire week, okay? So if you don't know Maddie, he's our soul brother. We love him so much. And he's a fellow Scorpio. And we're in November season, and his birthday is today, November 2nd. I like those numerology numbers. Yes, I do. He needs to play the lottery today. Maddie, play the lottery. You gotta play the lottery for a little bit, okay? For fun. And we're gonna, the link is here. Okay, here. The link is right here. Look, hold on. Edit, copy. Right here, here. There it is. And for those who don't know Maddie, him and our fellow beautiful soul brother Judy Ron, they're really good friends, and so I love and support both of them. But it's Maddie's birthday, so we gotta celebrate Maddie as best we can all week, guys. You know, when it's your birthday, you gotta live it up. You know, we get older and older, and I was a person in the past that kind of didn't celebrate too much. But you know, there's time to shift how we do things. This week, we're gonna focus on Maddie. It's his birthday. We gotta celebrate his birthday, guys. Sometimes we get older, we kind of like neglect ourselves. We can't do that. We can't. It's like celebrating life, right? We want to honor the life we had, the year, and the year that we're going to experience upcoming. All right. And so I've trained myself to see my own birthday like that, and not like, oh, it's my birthday. I trained myself to see myself as, you know what? I had another year, and this next year, you know what? I don't know what's in store, right? But I'm going to take it on full force and be my best self. Maddie, just click the link in the chat. Is it? Yeah, links there. And I'm happy to see True Helper. True Helper is always a true helper. He is. He's a very good man, always helping out. And that's so beautiful because we need good people to help support good people, right? So thank you always for being here when you can, True Helper, and supporting me. I always appreciate that. I always do. Definitely. So we're going to see Maddie come up or not. Maddie? Maddie? He asked what the link was. Make sure you can get in here. You know, I'll put the link. Where can I put the link at? Well, Maddie, if you're on your phone, just click the link from the chat, and it should direct you to. It should just direct you right there. Do you see it? Maddie, do you see the link, honey? Well, okay. Well, there's no pressure. Okay. Well, there's no pressure. We'll give it a couple of moments. No big deal, guys. Either way, if he wants to come say hello up here, that's cool. If not, no big deal. Okay, so True Helper says, amen to that, Katrina. I love you, my dear. Even if I can't chat, I listen when I can. Thank you so much, True Helper. I really appreciate that. I do. I certainly do. And Sandra says, amen. That is true. Yep, support underdog. Absolutely. Oh, I love Sandra. Sandra. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, let's do this, okay? So maybe Maddie can't come on here, and that's okay. No worries. There's no pressure. I would never pressure anyone. Okay, we'll hang out on Discord. Okay, we will. Let's at least pull for the group, the collective. Okay, hold on. So for everyone here in the group, okay, the live stream. All right, the live stream. I'm going to pull some cards for the collective, like us here as individual people. Okay. Let's see what's in store for us as individual people. And then I will close the broadcast out. And for anybody who wants to come say hello on the Discord, I'll come and join up there and say hello if y'all want to. I'll be there anyways, and if no one joins, that's okay too. Either way, whatever y'all want, okay, I will do. So let's just see what we got here for all of us who are here, okay? Even if you're not here right at this very moment in the live broadcast, but you're part of me and I interact with you, then this also applies to you too, because I'm always connecting with the collective energetics, okay? So we just left the hunter's blood full moon in Taurus, and now we are in Scorpio season. We have a new moon in Scorpio. Ooh, we have a new moon in Scorpio coming up here shortly, all right? And we've been through a rocky year, but things are shifting and time is changing, and it's now or never, right? So this is our moment, guys. This is our moment to finally, okay, take our life by the wheel, right? Who is driving your wheel? It's your car. Ask yourself that question, who is driving your wheel? Are you letting yourself drift through life? Are you letting yourself have like 5 people? You know how, it's a metaphor. 5 people are like trying to help steer your own wheel. Like, that's almost impossible, right? Or it could be like the passenger, right? Or the back seater. They're trying to drive your wheel. That's not going to work. Only you can drive your life. No one else can, all right? All right. So with that being in play, let's see the messages for us as a collective who are here, and for those energies that I've tapped into. So my fellow friends who I chat with, interact with. If you're a regular on my channel, whether you listen or talk or not, if you're a regular, then I feel your energy and I pick it up. So this will apply to you. Trust me, it will. It always does. This is how it works. This is how energy works, okay? Ooh, 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 here we go. I feel it. Oh, it wants to speak. This is good. This is good. And it's always good, of course, but you know, when I feel extra, I'm like, this is real, it's good. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what the universe wants to communicate with us, because we all have messages, right? The universe is always trying to get our attention, right? Sometimes it's calling us and we're like, you know, we hear it, but we don't like, they're whispering, the universe is whispering, but you know, like, you know what? We're so in distraction or chaos or life itself, we don't hear the whispers. So we got to pay attention to the signs. Here we go. Ooh, that's too many. Let's see. Any last minute messages, universe, for us who are here, who I'm tapped into? All right, here we go. That's it. So this is a collective, right, moment. So even if you've never had a reading before, then consider this your first reading with me, all right? I only tap to the higher levels of vibration. Maddie is gonna make an appearance. I think I see Maddie. Who's in the house? Let's see if this is Maddie or not. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yay, we hear you.
How you doing? What's going on?
No, we're good. We're good. I had pulled cards for the collective, all right, on, you know, the current energetics, but we are so happy you made it up here. Everyone wants to hear your voice. I know we know your voice, but maybe others don't, and they're happy to celebrate your birthday. And it's your birthday week. It's your birthday. It's your birthday month. It's Scorpio season, but this entire week I'm devoting to Maddie. All right. I'm sorry. So hate me or don't hate me, but the whole week is Maddie's week.
All right, works for me.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and I have these cards already pulled for the collective. Okay. So can you just hang with me while I read the cards?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm reading for the group. So I was saying to those, maybe you didn't, I'm not sure if you heard that part of me or not. I was telling the group here in the YouTube group here, who was here with me, that if they never had a reading, it's okay. This is a collective reading. I pulled the cards based on the energetics, so that's a fun thing, you know. All right, so let me do that first. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. Make sure my charger. Okay, as long as my charger doesn't work, my charger. All right. Okay. Sorry. I saw Plumie come in here. Hi, Plumie. How are you? Okay. So, thank you for being my special guest. So here is the reading, guys, for the group, the collective. Okay. So whether you've had it or not, this is what's coming through as a collective. Okay. But it's gonna be powerful because, see, Scorpio season is so powerful. It just is, all right. So here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I can't. The rest of the cards. Let me do the rest of the cards. I'm talking too fast. I'm getting ahead of myself. I get excited. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Let me hear. Again, this is for the collective. Oh, I love this. Wow. All right, let's go. That's what we got here for the group. Okay. Oh, wow. We're going to start with okay, there's a couple of points. Well, the first part here, guys, the first part is, let me start with this first message first. Yep. Yes. Yeah. How am I going to use, let me use the right words. All right. Okay. So as we're in Scorpio season, we just left the hunters, blood, full moon, and Taurus. Here is where we're now at, right? And here's how we progress forward. So the first message coming in for the universe, for all of us as a group, as a collective, whether you're here right now or you watch the replay, if I know you, right? If we're connected and I know who you are, this resonates. It should. Okay, here we go. So we have destiny is at play, guys. Destiny is at play at the highest level. Okay, which means this is very important now more than ever. You must combine mind, body, heart, and soul. Okay, let me add again. Now more than ever, you must come into your true alignment. Okay, and so sometimes that means your belief systems may be shaken up a little bit, or the things you thought about one way, one perspective may shift. Right, you got to embrace the change, the shift, but also find your true north, your own inner alignment, and use your own discernment. Right, no one can tell you that but you. Like, I can't tell you what it is unless I know you have a chart. But in general, right, you should know what lines up with you. Okay, so mind, body, heart, and soul. Look what we got here. Okay, with destiny at play. All right, that's the first message. Second message for all of us as a group. So the cards don't lie. The cards never lie. Not with me, they don't. All right. We got several major arcana right here. Here we got here. There are things that we've had to release ourselves from. If you've been here in the broadcast, I began this live stream with talking about how we must, face the parts of ourselves that don't serve us, or the people, the situations, right? So we got to moving on from the past, because sometimes the past is holding us down. We outgrow people, we outgrow situations, we outgrow experiences. So to hold yourself back is a disservice to your higher self, all right? Here we go. We triumph. So after we rest and collect ourselves, the truth, okay? We triumph. We triumph, okay, guys, as a group, individual people, okay? Follow your intuition. Your intuition is going to always lead you in the right path. Your intuition is always calling at you. It's going to be, it's the signs, the synchronicities, the symbols. They're always there nudging at you. It's there. Now, sometimes you don't hear yourself or the universe, right? Or your angels, or your spirit guides. You're not listening, but it's always there if you're listening, right? So follow the intuition. The signs are there for yourself, all right? Don't ignore them, right? Now, if you're scattered if you're scattered and you're too much in chaos in the wrong places, if you're not in the driver's seat of your own car, how can you hear the whispers? You can't hear it. You got to be in control of your life. It's your life, okay? All right, so be the authority of yourself. Take the control, right? And then that's how you reap the rewards of the true harvest. True harvest is right here. It's your destiny. True harvest comes to you when you actually take accountability for where you are, where you're going to go. All right, now hold up. The third and final message for us, guys, as a collective. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And Maddie, I really hope we can hang out on Discord. I want to hear your voice more, like I always do. And I will pull separate cards, but this is the collective, okay? This is the collective. So here we go. All right. Ooh, okay. So yes, this is exactly where we've been at. Guys, look at this. I'm telling you, the universe is always here. I'm telling you, it's there. Okay, look. All right. I feel like all the messages are going to mimic each other because this is where we're at. Like, so we've had some sorrow, right? we've had some sorrow, right? We have, right? We've had to endure some BS. Life, we've struggled with chaos, right? This whole year has been very difficult. If it's not been difficult for you, then I'm not sure where you've been at, but it's been challenging. We've had to endure a lot of things, guys. We have, but we do, it may have stressed us. It may have placed us over the edge. Maybe we made poor choices in this process because we just were like in this process, but we are now coming into full awareness of where we really are right now. And now, right, we choose how we move ourselves forward, okay? We must be a participant in this process. You can no longer be like, oh, the back seat. You gotta participate. It's your life and your destiny, right? If you want all the abundance and you want all the creativity, if you want all the abundance and you want all the creativity, if you want it all, you got to make the mature decisions. See, good people, strong people in this world only get what they get, the success, the outcome, when they actually do the work, right? On themselves, on their family, their friends. They're making the right choices. They're making the right, because they know they want the real thing. Okay. And then from there, here is the best. This is the beautiful ending of this little part of the reading here. You are the master of your reality, the creator. You have source in your back pocket. When you make the right choices, when you're in complete alignment, you now become the master of thyself. Right? Now, we never fully master ourselves, but you come into the close proximity of yourself. When you know thyself, you're unshakable. It doesn't mean your feathers won't be ruffled, no, but it means you understand. You can get right back on the horse, right back up. You may fall down, but right? And it's the time at this moment to have a new vision. Maybe the visions we've had thus far in the past, this whole year, maybe that vision is not the right vision. Maybe it is, right? Only you will know what your vision is to you. But maybe, just maybe, it needs a new perspective, a new adjustment, a new look at it. Or maybe you have not put a vision together for a long time, and maybe you need a vision now. So wherever you're at in that process, that's beautiful. Create a new vision for you, or alter, adjust, shift your vision to be more in alignment with who you now are and where you're going to go. See, if we don't make the adjustments to the vision, then we're playing out an old story, and that old story may not serve us. All right, guys? So that is. Hey, Coletti, where has Coletti been? I have missed Coletti forever. I miss Coletti. All right. So, Maddie, I know it's your birthday here. I'm done with the collective reading. Can we just hear your accent for those who don't get to hear it as much as we do? Let's hear the New York accent.
What do you mean New York accent? It's just the way, it's just me.
I know. I love it. I love it. So, Maddie, are you going to teach me how to do the canned tomatoes? Or I want to do it so badly. The canned, the sauce, please.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
I know, but I saw your pictures. Like, man, how do you do that? I want to do it so bad. I love spaghetti pasta, and so I use tomato sauce in like a lot of things. How long are they good for? Like, can you store them for like what, a couple of months, or how long does it last?
You can store them for almost a year.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So how do you do it? Do you buy tell me how you do it, please.
You got to buy a bushel. A bushel is 53 pounds, I think.
Oh, okay.
It basically comes in like a wooden crate.
Yeah. Okay. One wooden crate, like.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The grocery stores, they actually have them in like display in those crates, right? Like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Usually you go to like your fruit store, where you get your fruit and vegetables.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you just tell them, and it's in August most of the time.
Oh.
You the first week of August, you say, hey, you're getting your bushels in, and they tell you when they're coming in.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Because I buy so many, but I never buy a crate like that. But yes. Okay.
Yeah,
now,
but it's an all day thing.
Okay, hold on. Which kind are you buying? I want to know. Which kind?
You can do it with whatever you prefer, whatever ones you really like.
Yes. Which ones are you using?
Me, I use plum tomatoes.
Okay, plum tomatoes. Okay, I never heard of the plum ones. Which ones are those? More like the.
You can use like the beefsteak tomatoes, the big tomatoes. I forgot what they're called.
Okay, the rounder ones or the more like the ones?
You can use the rounder ones, the big rounder ones.
Yes, I like those. I like the rounder ones. I don't know what they're called. I'm not like an expert here. But
I think they're called beefsteak tomatoes. They call them. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but they're the bigger ones. They're more round, like fatter, like those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I usually get. Yes. Okay. So you're buying a whole like crate, right? A whole crate.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You just once you go to your vegetable store and you tell them what you want to do, he'll give you the crate. He'll say, this is what you want.
Okay. So you buy the crate, and then what's the process? Please tell me.
Well, your arm's going to get a workout. I'm going to tell you right now. because you're slicing, cutting, and if you have a grinder, or you can use a blender if you want.
Okay.
But that's like but then you got to core out the inside of the tomato.
Yes, yes.
You got to core the middle out then.
Okay. So hold on. Well, wait. My thought is this. Hold on. Would it be best if I just first like slice it and dice it for not like dice it in tiny? If I just like dice it like in like chunks, or no?
Well, first, really, I mean, you really got to like blanch them first.
Wait, what does that mean?
Yeah, you got to blanch them. It's the boiling water for it's like 15 seconds. You put them in, and then you put them in ice right away.
Well, no. What does that mean, though? I never heard of blanch.
It's basically you put them in the boiling water, 15 seconds, take them out. You put them in ice cold water, literally.
Okay.
And then like the outer skin peels right off.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Okay. So wait, you do all you do that's okay, yes. That's the biggest pot I got, or like maybe those pots you make the turkey in, like I don't know what I'm thinking of.
You're going to need to go literally get a canning pot.
What's that mean, a canning pot?
A canning pot it's most of the time it's a big black pot, and it's I think it's 64 quarts. It's a big pot. Yeah, it's big. It's a big pot.
No, how big? Tell me how big.
Um, uh, have you ever seen a restaurant pot
Okay, well, which kind? Like the ones like okay, what are they making? And I'm like,
that they're big, they're big, round, and they're tall.
okay, yes, then yes, I have
Yeah,
some of those.
you'll
Yes,
need one. You need one of them just for your sauce.
just for the sauce.
Well, you're gonna when you if your tomatoes, if you don't want to make a sauce and you just want to cut them up and put them in,
Yes.
that's fine too. You can do that too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if you want to like have some where it's like sauce already, then
No, no,
it's and you put in what you want.
no. Tell me how you do it from step one again. I'm sorry. So now that I know that, now I know what we're using. Okay, so from step one again. So you're buying a whole a crate of
A
tomatoes,
crate.
right? Of the
Mhm.
thick, plump, juicy ones. Okay, now what? What's next? What's step two? You get home.
Okay, step
Home.
yeah,
You get home.
well, step two is getting them home.
Then you're home. All these tomatoes. Now tell me the process. Literally
Yeah.
step by step. I've
Step,
never done before.
step three, you got to wash them.
Okay.
Step four, you got to carve the inner core out.
Okay, so you carve them out. So you're carving
Yeah,
out.
you carve the inner core. You know where the stem is.
Yes.
You just take that out.
Okay.
Then boiling water, you throw 2 or 3 in at a time, depending on how big your pot is.
Well, a big pot. Well, let's use a big pot.
Yeah. You get a big pot, you put as many, I would use like the big, whatever big ladle you have,
Yeah.
use that to take them out. So you don't burn your hand.
Okay. Take them out, right?
Yep. Then the best thing to do is fill your sink up, right? With ice and add water to it because then it becomes ice water. So then when you take the tomatoes out of the boiling water and you put them in the ice water, they stop cooking.
Okay.
You don't want them to cook. And then you can literally peel the skin right off. It comes right off.
Okay. No, wait, hold on. Question. How come we don't want them to cook though? That's my question. How come we don't want them to cook?
Well, you are going to cook them eventually, but just not right there.
Okay, but how come that there's a okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Yes.
Well, because if you don't want the skin on them when you cook.
Right. Okay, so that's the whole part is like to get the skin off in the egg.
Right.
Help. Okay, got it. Yes.
But if you want the skin on it, you can, and you can kind of like not do that step, and you could just put them in a blender.
No,
It all depends on what you want.
Do you recommend that or not though?
Me, I put mine in a grinder. It's a tomato grinder. You just literally put them in. You put them in, but mine's electric now. I used to do it by hand.
Oh my God.
But I can't do it anymore. My shoulder hurts for days after.
Well, mine would hurt too after all that grinding.
Yeah. I get an electric one, and I just feed them straight in there, and it spits out one end spits out all that other stuff.
Oh, I don't have. Okay, so I don't have that. So if I don't have that,
Yeah,
I just put them on the ice and I peel off the skin, right? If I don't have that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
And then
once they're peeled.
Once it peeled, then you decide how you want your tomatoes. Do you want them chunky? Do you want it like a marinara sauce?
Well, okay. Well, what if I want a little bit of the both? Or is that bad?
Well, then you just cut some up, and then some you put in a blender, and then just put them all in the pot. So it's like a chunk. It's like a chunky sauce.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then you cook your sauce for however long you cook your sauce for. Me, I usually cook mine for about an hour and a half.
Yeah. But yes, that's not right. Yeah.
Because then when you can them, they cook another 45 minutes when they're canning. Well, because the can's got to close.
I did not know that. So wait, when it's canned, it actually cooks longer afterward?
After you cook your sauce, after you make your sauce, right? Because you got to put them in a can when they're hot.
Yes.
The sauce is hot. Yeah. And then you screw on the caps. Okay. And then you take those full jars of sauce and you put them in the canning pot.
Yes.
And the water is just above the cans.
Wait. Repeat that again. The water is where?
Water is just above the can because it's boiling water that makes a can.
Yes.
and then it's a 45 minutes in there. And then when you take them out, they're red hot. So you got to put them. I put mine on my counter, but put a towel down first and then put the jars on the towel. Don't put the jars straight on your marble or anything, or sometimes they explode.
Okay, yes, okay, yeah, I guess the heat and yes, okay,
Yeah.
I can imagine that a little bit, yes.
Oh, wait, I almost forgot the most important thing.
Tell us.
Before you do that, you got to at least put a teaspoon of lemon juice in every jar.
Okay, why? What does it do?
It keeps the bacteria from growing.
Okay, good. I had no idea.
Yeah. And then you got to let them cool off by themselves. Don't do nothing with them. Nope.
Where do you put them at?
If you have a cabinet that you don't use or basement that you put them somewhere. If your kitchen's like cool, dry, like your humidity's not crazy, you can put them in a cabinet in the kitchen, wherever you want.
Well, okay, so not the garage then, no?
You can put them in the garage if it's not too hot.
Yeah, no, that's what. Okay, so probably no. I might spoil it by mistake because no. So then maybe I do find a place in the house to store all the cans. For how long? Permanently? Or I mean, just like, so is there a process? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, after you do it, they stay there they're good up for almost a year.
Okay, so yeah, I think I want it inside then. I don't want it it's too hot and humid here that it might like it. Like I don't know if it. Yes, I'd rather keep them inside the house. They're cool or room temp.
Yeah.
Room temp. Now, how many a bushel or like a crate? How approximately, or maybe you have the number? How many cans approximately? How many cans?
Okay. I got my a bushel of mine makes I'm counting in my head now.
Yeah, count. Take your time, count. I'm getting myself ice anyways, so count. And also Chrissy wants to know, or I'm sorry, Scout wants to know if you would ever do at least a personal video on Discord for just us or our small little group. Will you ever do one on for us?
What? Learning how to can?
Yeah, on our Discord.
Oh yeah, I guess when I do it. It won't be until next August.
We need it.
But it's 20. Okay, one bushel of mine makes 15 quarts.
But how many cans is that? Not cans. How many jars? I'm trying to figure out how many jars. How many jars do you buy usually? How many jars are you buying?
Usually, I buy. I buy the whole case of jars. I think there's
approximately how many jars are in there?
I think there's 12 in a case.
Wait, only 12? Only 12 jars?
12 jars, but they're 12 quart jars. They're the big jars. They're not the little one.
Wait, how big is that though, approximately?
A quart.
Okay.
32 ounces.
Okay. I was, okay, so when people hear the word like canning or like a small jar,
right,
my brain goes to a visual like a jar, like it's a very small jar in my mind, but maybe yes.
Yeah, it's about the size of a big mayonnaise jar.
Yeah, no, that's big. A quart, yeah. That's big. I'm saying my thought was like a little small canning jars that you see on Pinterest or I don't know online or
you can get pint ones too.
Huh?
You can get pint jars too if you want.
Oh wow.
But I mean we use sauce almost every day here, so.
I love freaking sauce so badly. That's why I'm considering doing it. I've asked you last time. Remember you showed me the photo of your garage. I'm like, yeah, I need to do that. I eat a lot of I use a lot of stuff with pasta sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So I could benefit from that. I could do it.
Yeah. And the best thing is what's in your sauce.
Yes we do.
Me, I'm a little heavy-handed with garlic.
I love garlic. Oh my God. I love it. I freaking love garlic. You put a lot of garlic in yours? I love that.
My
No, can you tell? Okay, so wait, you missed a step. So let's go back. So once they're all peeled,
hmm
tell me what else happens.
Okay, after you peel them, if you like it chunky, then
Yes,
just cut some up. Cut some up in chunks. Then take some. You blend them up so it's a sauce,
yes.
and then just throw it in a pot and just cook it like you normally do. Add your seasonings how you like it. How you like the taste and everything. The
Yes.
only difference is you're going to put the lemon juice in every jar. That's all.
Okay.
And it's not. I mean, it's more time consuming than anything.
But it's worth it though. If you
Yeah.
use it a lot, it's much worth it, and you know what you're gonna get. Like you know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
What do you happen to put in your sauce though? So I love garlic too. How much garlic you put in there? I love a lot of garlic. Probably.
Me? Oh my God. If you ask my wife, she tells me you never have to worry about a vampire coming to bite you.
Who cares? Me too. I love garlic. It's so bad. I love garlic. No, I'm serious though. But how much?
Okay, if it's a say a regular size pot,
Yes.
usually I'll put 1, 2, 3. I usually put about six things of garlic. To
Yes.
crush them up. Crush them and just throw it in a pot. Or you do what I do is like the pot before you make your sauce. I put the olive oil in, I put the onions in, I cook the onions up a little bit,
Yes.
and then I put the garlic in.
Ooh,
Because you don't want the garlic to like burn.
Yes.
So you let the onions cook more, and then you throw the garlic in, and just let the garlic just cook like maybe 3 minutes, and then just start adding your sauce and stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that. Okay, so yeah, that's an idea because there has been time I put the garlic first, and then and you don't want the garlic burnt though. It does kind of like it changes the flavor a little bit, right? If you do it, yeah. So yes, I agree. The onions first, the olive oil. I love olive oil. Getting hungry now. Okay, so then what else do you put in there? What are some good things to put inside the sauce cans or the canning? Give me some ideas because I need some help.
Me, I put a glass of wine in my sauce.
Oh, really? Do you? Do you really?
Yeah, a glass of red wine.
Oh, do you really know in the sauce?
In the sauce.
Okay, 1 glass of red wine, but it's a big pot though. So tell me how much.
Well, if you're making a big, you're making the big pot, then you might want to put 2 glasses. But,
well, two? Come on, all right. Okay, I'm listening. No, but for real.
But like I said, you stir it up and you just taste it, and if you think you need a little more wine, put a little more wine in.
Yes. Okay. Yes. What else can I put? I want ideas because like sometimes I want to like change it up or like add some like pizzazz to it because I eat so much like I eat a lot of pasta. I know it's so bad, but I don't care. I own it. I ate a lot of pasta. I made pasta last night. Okay, so I eat a lot of pasta, but sometimes I want not spiced up like with spice. Something like I want to kind of give like a pizzazz. So
yeah, well, you could put like me every once in a while. Depend like my daughter, she'll put like paprika in hers.
Oh, cool.
She put paprika. She tried chili powder one day. She said it was too hot. But I mean, you can do it. I mean, you put whatever spices you want in it, whatever you like, and however you think it's going to taste to you. That's how you do it. Everybody else might not like it, but you'll like it.
Do you use any herbs or no herbs?
Yeah. Let me see. Parsley, oregano.
Okay.
Salt, pepper.
Yes.
Basil. Now, I use Italian sweet basil because I think it gives it a better taste.
Ooh.
But you can use regular basil. It all depends on what you want.
Okay.
If you're first doing it, do it your way, and then just add on to it next time.
Have you ever put? Okay, so I've always wanted to put like a little like not a spice. I wanted to have. I still like a very okay. So maybe I make different batches. So because sometimes I want like a sweeter sauce, and then sometimes I want like a slight kick to it. So do you ever make different? So if you do canning, if you do the canning, whatever it's called, canning, do you ever do
Yeah.
like separate batches? Like, hey, this
Well,
batch.
you can't. Yeah, when you make it like my son, he doesn't like he likes a sweeter sauce.
Okay.
He doesn't like the spice, like a kick sauce, I call it.
Yes.
But, so I make, say maybe 10 jars of sweet sauce for him. And then, it's like, hey, when they go, you're going, it is what it is.
I love it.
And then you just make your sauce. My daughter will put in stuff and I'm looking at it going, you're going to eat that because I'm going to write your name on that jar.
Exactly. Do you guys do that? Do you have the name of the jars? I think I might do that. Like,
No, I put a name on it. Once they start adding stuff, I put the names on the jars that they're filling.
I love it. I love that. I believe it. I really do. I love that. It's awesome. That's all. Now, who helps you canning? Who helps you with this process? Don't tell me about yourself.
It starts out with everybody, but it winds up ending just with me.
It starts out with everybody, and then they like disperse. Like, hey, what happened? Where'd they go? I can't find anybody.
It doesn't even pay after a while. It's like, hey, I need, and then I'm talking to myself, so I'm like, okay, never mind.
Okay, so approximately how like long from like start to finish? Like, so once you have the crate at home with all the tomatoes, right? And you get the big pot boiling, you burn, not burn them. You put them in hot water first, you move to cold water, you peel them. So from the moment of like the hot water, like they're in there, how long from that moment to like you got them canned? Approximately.
From you just starting to can from after you washed them, core them, and all that, probably it's 2 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
And then when you start canning now, it all depends on how many jars you can get into the canning pot. It's because it's usually 45 minutes of how many jars you have.
Right.
If you have 10 jars in one pot, it's 45 minutes for those 10 jars. So you got to kind of see what kind of pots they have there and go from there.
Oh wow.
But the canning pots are cheap. The canning pots are like $8.
Oh.
They're not bad at all. Yeah, they're not bad at all.
That's
and
good.
they come with like a strainer. You put the strainer in, then you put all the jars in, and you can lift the jars out. But 10 jars is kind of heavy, so I would just get what the hell do they call it? A jar clamp. You just clamp each jar and you take it out and just put it on the counter.
Are the tops like the flat plus like the circular piece?
The ring. It's a ring.
Right.
Ring in the top. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yes. Okay.
But don't worry about it. I'll just might do one just for everybody to see. Just I'll just go to the store and I'll buy some and
yes.
I'll do a little, a mock one.
Do them, please, on Discord for us, please.
Yeah, I'll do a mock one because for me to do a big one, I'll be like, are you crazy?
A small one, a tiny one.
Yeah, I'll do a few jar one.
I love it. Awesome. Okay, so let's transition to Discord. So we're gonna hang up. I want to close the YouTube live stream up, okay? And then for those who want to just chill with us for a little bit on Discord, who are the ones we know who we are, join us over there, okay? So I will see y'all this week. But again, guys, this whole month, okay, is November and Scorpio season, okay? So thank you for those who joined us here. We'll see you guys again this week. I'll be here again this week, probably 2 more times this week because it's November, extra time, extra me. And for those who are in our group, then we'll see you over there, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. If you have not hit the like button, guys, give me a thumbs up, please. Help a sister out. Give me a thumbs up, okay? All right, guys.
Thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, ka-ching.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys. Woohoo! All right. Well, we'll see you on Discord, okay?
All right. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Coletti. Message me, Coletti. I love you, Coletti. I will give you the link because I do love you, Coletti. Okay, so message me on the Facebook, instant messenger, Coletti. Okay. All right, guys. All right, for those who have been here, thank you guys so much for being with me and participating. Your efforts, your enthusiasm, your energy is well respected, appreciated, and I admire that you choose to come here and hang out with me when you can, right? We're on different timelines. We have different things we're doing, guys. But when you can be here, it matters so much to me. It really does. So I thank you for that. And it is November, and we are in Scorpio season. So do expect to see me a lot in November. I will be here on YouTube several times this week, next week, every week for November. It's my birthday month. So we are celebrating, okay, Maddie's birthday. And for those who don't know, my birthday is November 12th next week, but it's November season and Scorpio season. Okay. So we will do some fun stuff. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Much love, respect, and support. Till next time.